Welcome back to Tales of Secret Wisdom. Today we journey deep into the heart of North America, to a time when the horizon was limitless and the ground trembled under a sound that defined an entire continent, the thunder of the bison. This isn't just a story about an animal. It's the epic saga of symbiosis, survival, and devastating loss. The story of the bison, the people, and the plains. Before the railroads, before the fences, the Great Plains were home to the largest mass of land mammals the world has ever known. Imagine standing on a rise looking out and seeing black dots stretching from horizon to horizon, a moving, living carpet of muscle and hide. These were the American bison, sometimes mistakenly called buffalo, numbering perhaps 30 to 60 million strong. Their power was palpable. Their existence was the engine that drove the entire ecosystem. But the bison were not alone in this vast domain. For thousands of years, indigenous nations like the Lakota, Cheyenne, Comanche, and Blackfeet developed a relationship with the bison so profound it shaped every aspect of their culture, their spirituality, and their very existence. This wasn't merely hunting. It was a sacred covenant. The bison provided everything: food, shelter, clothing, tools, even fuel. Every single part of the animal was used, a testament to respect and sustainability. For the people of the plains, the bison was life incarnate. The herds determined where they moved, how they built their communities, and what stories they told around the fire. They understood the animal deeply. They knew the rhythms of the migration, the signs of a coming storm, and the intricate social structure of the herd. This knowledge wasn't written down in books. It was etched into their DNA, passed down through generations of observation and reverence. The spiritual connection was equally deep. Rituals like the sun dance often centered on prayers for the continued abundance of the bison, recognizing that the health of the herd was the health of the people. They saw the bison as relatives, not resources, demanding an ethical relationship built on reciprocity. When a hunter took an animal, the act was accompanied by prayers and offerings, ensuring the spirit of the animal was honored and the future hunt would be successful. Now, hold that image of harmony in your mind, because around the mid-19th century, everything began to change with blinding speed. As European settlers moved westward, they brought with them a fundamentally different view of the land and its inhabitants. Where indigenous people saw kinship and sustainability, the newcomers saw only opportunity and obstacle. The first major blow was the introduction of the railroad. Suddenly, millions of people were traveling across the plains, needing sustenance and bringing market demands. Bison meat became a commodity, their hides valuable for industrial belts and coats. But the commercial hunt, while significant, pales in comparison to the strategic motivation that soon followed. The true annihilation of the bison was deliberate and governmental. Generals and policymakers understood one stark reality: to control the plains, they had to control the people. And to control the people, they had to destroy their main food source. The strategy was brutally effective. Kill the bison to starve the indigenous nations into submission and onto reservations. The scale of the slaughter is almost incomprehensible. Professional hunters descended upon the plains in waves. They hunted not for need, but for profit and policy. Stories abound of hunters killing hundreds of animals in a single day, taking only the hides and tongues, leaving mountains of rotting carcasses to feed the vultures. Imagine the sight: railway cars piled high with skulls, bleached bones scattered across endless miles. By 1889, fewer than 1,000 wild bison remained in the entire United States, scattered in small, remote pockets. The 60 million that once shook the earth were reduced to a whisper. The impact on the indigenous nations was catastrophic. It wasn't just the loss of food. It was the destruction of their cultural and spiritual center. Their way of life, their economy, their independence all evaporated with the herds. The very core of their identity was ripped away. This period is known in many indigenous histories as the time of the Great Sadness. Yet, this story doesn't end in tragedy. It is also a powerful testament to resilience and conservation. As the 20th century dawned, a few determined individuals and organizations recognized the monumental error that had been made. Conservationists, often working with Native American leaders who had protected the last remnants of the herds, began the slow, arduous process of bringing the bison back from the brink. One crucial turning point involved the efforts of a few dedicated ranchers and the establishment of protected lands. In places like Yellowstone National Park, small wild herds had miraculously survived. Organizations like the American Bison Society were founded with the explicit goal of recovery. Today, thanks to decades of concerted conservation efforts, the bison population has rebounded significantly. They are no longer a federally endangered species. There are now hundreds of thousands of bison in both public and private herds across North America. But perhaps the most powerful part of this recovery story involves the resurgence of tribal herds. Today, many indigenous nations are actively involved in bison restoration projects, bringing the animal back not just as wildlife but as a cultural icon, a symbol of healing, sovereignty, and the renewal of their ancient relationship with the land. When the bison return to tribal lands, it is a moment of profound spiritual significance, repairing a wound inflicted a century ago. The story of the bison, the people, and the plains is a secret wisdom etched into the landscape itself. It teaches us about the fragility of ecosystems, the devastating consequences of short-sighted greed, and the profound strength found in a balanced, reciprocal relationship with the natural world. It serves as a stark reminder that when we destroy one piece of the ecological puzzle, the damage ripples out to affect everything: culture, spirit, and survival. But ultimately, it is a story of hope, the hope that even after the deepest devastation, life can return and ancient bonds can be restored. If this story resonated with you, if you value understanding the deep connections between history and nature, please hit that like button and subscribe to Tales of Secret Wisdom. We dive into these untold histories every week. Until next time, keep seeking the wisdom hidden in plain sight.